good time starts with a great wardrobe. Next stop, JCPenney. Family get-togethers to fancy occasions, wedding season too. We do it all in style. Dresses, suiting, and plenty of color to play with. Get fixed up with brands like Liz Claiborne, Worthington, Stafford, and J. Farrar. Oh, and Thereabouts for kids. Super cute and extra affordable. Check out the latest in-store, and we're never short on options at jcp.com. All dressed up, everywhere to go. JCPenney.
Yeah. I heard Afrobeats in the airport. Can you imagine?
Okay. And also talk about, what Burna Boy is doing in the state, filling 80,000 capacity stadium.
Yeah.
Is that the reason you're tilted toward Afrobeats more with your gospel songs?
No. So I've been a Christian most of my life.
Okay.
Of course, I love traditional music, but I think for me, just the type of individual I am, I don't always follow, the rule or the grain, right? And I love Afrobeats as well. There are a lot of Christians who love Afrobeats. And sometimes maybe there's a struggle, right? Because, I'm a believer, Afrobeats, sometimes the lyrics may not, mesh well with our faith. And so for me, I think my mandate is to speak a language that people outside of the church understand, but still carry, that gospel message.
What is it for you? Is it the genre or is the lyrical content of a song that will make you, a believer, not tilt towards it or tilt towards it?
So for me, it's both. I would say both components, right? So it's the beat, all right, which is the Afro beats, but then for me, the song has to carry a relatable message. There has to be something that I can pick from the song and say, okay, this applies to me. It doesn't necessarily have to be, Sunday service type of music, but as a believer, we're outside of church from Monday to Saturday, right? And so if I'm working out, what do I listen to? Right? If I'm driving, what do I want to listen to? So I'm making the music that I would want to listen to when I'm outside of church.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so far, have you had any resistance, oh no, this is so not gospel, so I don't want to listen to it, because there are a lot of that?
Yes.
Have you had any?
I will say that I've been very privileged not to have it. If there are, such murmurings, I haven't heard it. It hasn't been brought to me. I'm just focused on what I'm doing. But, I think that gradually people will begin to understand. Yeah.
Well, if you just tune on your TV sets, this is Let's Talk Showbiz on the Joy News Channel. And I'm getting up close and personal with Richie O, a gospel musician based in the United States, but he's Ghanaian in Numbuso, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he got it. Have you ever been there?
I have.
Oh, really? How many times?
I'll say 3-4 times when I was younger. But
okay.
Yeah.
But so are you going to go there now that you're in town?
Not on this trip. It's too short. It's too short.
Well,
yeah.
So, and he's in Ghana just to promote his EP Blessings, and the EP, which has 6 tracks. He has already released 4 out there, 4 videos. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos as the interview is going on, but you're going to be seeing more. And I will be delving into another thing with him. But let's hold on with Richie for now. Over the weekend, Adjei Annan turned 50. Yes, a lot of people say he doesn't look 50. So he already said that he was going to release his book. Well, he did release the book at the Skybox Event Center all the way in Community 18. And as usual, I'll be there to get you all the exclusives. Well, the book is titled Adjei Annan, A Life of Faith, Resilience and Imperfection. Well, this is what went on there. Every time you're always on point.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you.
It has come to a time where creatives are also telling stories through academia, through books that people have to read. First off, your general overview on that.
No, it's a very good practice, and I think that it's a tradition that should really continue because in this country we have always criticized those who have done so much, who have blazed the trail, who have sacrificed enormously. We've criticized them for not telling their own story and for not sharing their perspectives and leaving, the secrets of their successes for the younger generation and for those who want to also follow their footsteps to learn from. because what's the point in repeating other people's mistakes when you can learn from reading a book, learning from their memoirs, so that you will get better and you will do better. Even the Bible says that the glory of the latter shall be greater than the former.
Well, he has been Ajit Anand's son and Yolo, and I say the younger version of Things We Do for Love. How are you doing, bro?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm great. I mean, what is happening here today? What would you say of Ajit Anand? If you are to describe him in one sentence, I won't say in a word. In a word might be too much for you.
He's somebody we all want to learn from. And it's not personal. I think it's collective, because everybody I talk to, everybody I ask, when I ask people's opinion about Ajit Anand, all they tell me is they want to learn from him. So I think it's something we're all thinking the same line with. Yeah.
You've been on set with him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I've heard one thing about him, that he doesn't only learn his lines; he will learn your lines to make sure that he keeps you in check. Is that true?
He's the perfect actor. You get it. So in the long run, he wants you to also play your role well. He wants you to bring the best out of you. So if he has to help you with your lines and all that, he's really going to do that.
Fun working with? Is he the kind of person who brings a lot of tension on set?
No, Ajit is just a calm person. He's a lovely person. I love working with Ajit because he always has his lines, and he's a serious actor, and he always brings out the best actors within you. So I love working with him. He's a professional.
Well, talking about lines, I've heard something, I don't know if you can confirm for me, that he goes beyond learning his lines and even learns the person he's on set with their lines. Is that true?
Ajit he's brilliant. He's a genius. Like he's so smart, and yes, he does. He knows his lines. He never comes on set without knowing his lines. Regardless of the amount of pages he has of lines to say, he will deliver.
Congratulations on 50 with a beautiful memoir. How does it feel? I mean, did this play out to you?
Well, it's one thing writing it, but it's another thing getting feedback, and especially from the public.
Who's your target group for this book?
Young people who are budding with so much talent and who have so much gifts and potential, who are about to get into the spotlight or are already in the spotlight, and how to handle the fame and how to handle life and human. I mean, if you're a guy, how to handle your fans who are women, if they're vice versa, and so that they stay on track, so that our society does not just develop in terms of content but character. And so that for me is that.
What actually inspired this for you to write this at your 50th birthday?
What inspired this was because I didn't want to wait till 80 years, 90, when young people who are 25 get into 30 are going to repeat the same mistakes that I repeated when I was there. So I thought that 50 years was time for me to tell them this story, so that they watch out for the pitfalls where I fell in some of the cases, so that they will not fall and be stronger and be better persons than I am.
How long did it take you to finish this?
Well, I started writing a year. I put in things together a year, and but I was held by family who dug out pictures and all those materials that you can't easily find today. So I had help in terms of getting data, but it took me about a year.
What is your 50th wish?
Oh, my 50th wish is that I'm able to have enough strength and good health, so that the next 50 years will be, just living for God and living for people, letting them know that, look, even if you fall, you can rise up again and be able to make it in life. And so you should never stop it. Even when you fall, rise up again.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
Put your hand from wine, pan it, touch it. 10 toes, one girl, make it touch it, touch it. Are you ready to take this ball with me? Touch it. Everybody, let's go. Shut up. You guys are ready to party, pal. Walk back. Let's give them.
So you saw what went on there. Almost all his colleagues and friends were at the Skype.
A good time starts with a great wardrobe. Next stop, JCPenney. Family get-togethers to fancy occasions, wedding season 2. We do it all in style. Dresses, suiting, and plenty of color to play with. Get fixed up with brands like Liz Claiborne, Worthington, Stafford, and J. Farrar. Oh, and Thereabouts for kids. Super cute and extra affordable. Check out the latest in-store, and we're never short on options at jcp.com. All dressed up, everywhere to go. JCPenney.
Box, event center, and it was a beautiful thing, right? So if you have not gotten a copy of the book, so please do well to get it, and then you also read and find out what he is trying to do. Like he said it in the interview I had with him, that he is just trying to help the talented youth to get a few things he got wrong right, and also the fact that the stardom should not overtake. He has his head screwed on well, and he is still blazing. What was the inspiration for this EP?
For me, I really just want to sing.
Okay.
Right. So my first single that I released, called Jara, is Pidgin for extra. Right. If you're going to go buy some rice, you ask Opacho Tumiso. That's extra.
Okay.
So basically, it's a declaration song of, God will give you a bonus blessing. He'll give you extra.
Okay.
The second track, New Level.
New Level. So Jara, New Level.
New Level for life. Thanking God for life. And then this one that I did featuring Kwame Eugene, titled God Never Fails.
God Never Fails. Why Kwame Eugene?
So I started with the Nigerian angle.
Okay.
Again, I like to go against the grain. I knew that by all means I will come back to my roots, come back to Ghana. So, thinking, okay, who can I collaborate with? Who, has the ear of the people, right, outside the walls of the church? And Kwame Eugene's name came to mind.
Okay.
Luckily enough, we actually have mutual acquaintances, and so we're able to make it happen.
Oh, wow. How was it working with him?
What I will say is that he's one of the most amazing individuals, very humble. My interactions with him were, very smooth, very easy. So much respect to him.
But have you been, before the Ghanaian music space?
Bits and pieces, I will say. Generally, again, I'm an Afrobeat.
You cut across Africa, so this is Afrobeat.
Yes.
Yes. So let's put the being Ghanaian aside. Which country? Yeah, because there are a lot of people who have a very good understanding of the music business.
Yes.
And on the norm, Ghana, they say, we don't understand the business part of the music. Do you also see same?
I won't say we don't understand the business part. Maybe, the structures, being able to scale. What I would say is Afrobeats right now, rests in Nigeria, if you will, right? They have the numbers. I think that is what is working in their favor, but that's not to say that we, cannot, just as great, if not better.
Okay.
Afrobeat started in Ghana, so.
Well, it's true. Afrobeat has the basis of High Life, and High Life is Ghana when it comes to Africa. So now Blessings is already out there. You are going to work on your next project. What is it going to be? Another EP or an album?
The next project, I kind of want to take my time.
You want to take your time?
Yeah, I want to take my time. I've just been, in this for a year, been able to release 4 tracks.
Okay.
So I just want to take my time and, kind of build up more experience, build up new sounds, and release something that's new. So.
And is it going to be a Ghanaian thing, or you're going to have some Nigerians also in there?
I think on the next round, I'll make it more Ghanaian focused.
More Ghanaian focused.
Yeah.
Okay. So who are you looking at putting on the next? Have you started thinking about all those things?
I've not gotten that far. But that's something to definitely think about. Definitely, I will probably take a step back to gospel. Possibly do some collaborations with some gospel artists, but also still maintain that secular connection, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed to see how it is going to come out like. But with all the 4 tracks that you've released, which one do you relate to more, or which one would you say, recording this track, the experience I have is always going to stay with me? I'm trying even to cut it off, but it's not going. So every time I hear the song, I just go back to that experience.
So I won't give you the cliche, all the tracks are my favorite.
Good, I like that. Don't give me that cliche.
I would say New Level.
New Level. Why that one?
Just because, when I look back over my life and I see where, I am today, all I can do is but be grateful to God, right? And so that was part of the motivation for writing the song, is that, I'm on a right, no matter what I'm facing, I know that I'm on
Hello, good evening and welcome to Business Live. Coming up in this edition, energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Suleiman urges government to implement a financial backup to address shortage of LPG to ensure consistent electricity supply.
We need to have maybe a backup, a financial backup available so that when there's any shortfall in gas supply coming from our trouble, then we should be able to source something externally from probably from Nigeria.
Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies urges members to diversify sources of funding as directed by the Bank of Ghana to reduce costs of interest rates and non-performing loans in their books.
If you diversify, there are a number of institutions who have gotten investors from outside the country. They'll be giving you an interest rate which is lower, but your hedging cost is so expensive.
Plus, Dean of UPSA Law School, Professor Kofi Abochi, pushes for review of some stability agreement with firms operating in the extractive sector.
The best option that you may have could be a negotiated case. A negotiated case of probably trying to bring, those companies back to the table and see if they would happily open up and allow some redesign of things. Look, Botswana just did it.
We've got details of these and many others coming your way, all in a moment. Please stay.